Yep. What up, people? Pushing Wild Black here, and we have another Pushing Wild Black Sports vlog, and this is the week 3 of the NBA. One that this is the one that we do weekly. Anthony Joslin is on the line. Brother Ant, how are you doing this Sunday morning?
Hey man, I am doing okay.
You're doing okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm here. Let's get it.
All right, my brother. So I concentrated on I concentrated on 3 games. You concentrated on more than 3 games because you're you, and we're gonna go. So the first game I want to talk about is the Miami Heat Bulls game. Miami loses that game. D Wade tried to win that game. Jimmy Butler ended up being a closer, which is something that I've said since the preview. One interesting thing with Miami, which Charles Barkley brought up because they had him actually doing play-by-play instead of being in the studio, which I have issues with. He mentioned that Miami doesn't have a closer. Miami's young, and they really don't know. When you build a team around a rim protector, you really don't have a closer. So they're trying to figure that out. The Bulls, they were able to pull away because of experience. There was a lot of, I don't want to say sloppy play, but Miami defended Chicago well. Just as Winslow and D Wade went at it, and it was a very good game. And Miami, D Wade wanted to win that game badly. They tried to make him the closer toward the end. It ended up being Jimmy Butler. It was a good game though. The second game that I kind of focused on a little bit is not the Clippers, the Lakers and the Sacramento Kings. The Lakers were young. They ran and gunned it all game, and I think the Lakers won that game. But the game that I'm pretty sure that you and I are going to talk about, that I actually watched all or listened to all the way through, was the Clippers and the OKC game.
You are psychic because I didn't talk to you about that, but I was going to talk about that.
Yeah. So, if memory serves me correctly, OKC won that game, correct?
No.
OKC lost that game, but it was close.
Yeah.
All right, man. Since I only listened to the game because I was listening to it online and I watched like bits and pieces, I'm gonna
Could you do me a favor?
Yeah.
You in front of your computer right now?
Yeah.
Check and see what the score was.
Okay. Give me one.
Because it's one of the games that I actually watched. I didn't really record it. A lot of people are talking about the Clippers are, the most cohesive team right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. They should be the best team right now. They played together the longest.
Yep.
Now, I know, historically, you've not been a Clippers fan. You basically said in previous podcasts that they're a joke or whatnot.
They're not real. Friday, the Clippers won 110-108.
Right. Okay. This is simply a case of Allen Iverson in bad clothes against a team that's not going to be there.
This is why I told you in the pre-production meeting, you're carrying the show. Continue, sir.
Yeah, because as a true basketball head knows, during the season, teams allow the Clippers to play a different brand of game. The only way the Clippers are going to make it to the finals is if, when they get to the playoffs, they shift the offense to more of how they play when Jamal Crawford is in. That's the only way. Because I'm going to tell you.
Break that down for me, Brother Ant.
Jamal Crawford is a trained killer. He's what James Harden is now if OKC had the forethought or the vision to keep him.
So if they kept the band together.
Yeah, if they had kept the band together, Jamal Crawford is to the Clippers what James Harden should have been to the Thunder.
Mm-hmm.
He's that dude that you just... And, you know, there have been closers over history of the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Vinnie Johnson.
The microwave.
With Detroit. Just come in and score.
Mm-hmm.
Come in and get that number.
Get that bench score.
Right. I'm going to go all the way back to the Lakers. Jamal Wilkes back in the 70s. Just come in and get that number and don't worry about nothing else.
I'll give you a more recent one when he was right. When it was good, Nate Robinson for the Bulls.
Yeah.
Instant offense. During that season, during that lost season that I like to call it, when Rose was healthy but didn't really want to, was healthy enough to play but didn't really want to play. Nate Robinson saved our asses a couple times. Saved the Bulls' asses a couple times with that offense. The problem with...
You're gonna have to download that little advisory sticker. You're a foul mouth guy here recently.
Hey, man. Just might have to do that. I don't know.
You should do it. It'll probably increase our views.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. But, yeah, it's when he was right, because a lot of times you would ask Nate to go and hey, man, get 20 for us, and he would go and get 11.
Right.
So, but yeah, man.
But in all honesty, you know, a lot of the league is playing up the narrative of the Thunder versus the Clippers, Westbrook versus Durant. Let me tell you how this is gonna work out.
Westbrook versus Paul, you mean?
Westbrook? No. I'm on another point, but I'm going back to the major point.
Okay.
Westbrook is going to be a theme of the whole season, because here's the thing. I'm going to say this and you're not going to like it. I mean, you might not like it, but who cares if you do or you don't? It's just my opinion.
Okay, we're going to see how this goes.
Okay, KD is not well liked.
You've said that before.
By the NBA.
You've said that before.
Okay. You know, he's kind of squeaky clean. He'll blurt out. He'll have these moments of Tourette's, I call them, where he'll just speak out and he'll say something random. But he's not committed to being that social guy. But, you know, people that I've heard that know him well say he's a real nice guy. So with all that being said, you know, it's kind of hard for the NBA to get behind him. and I'm saying Westbrook is easier for the league to market.
I don't know about all that, man.
Okay.
And
explain yourself.
And I will tell you why. Are you talking about on a personal on a personal?
No, I'm just saying. It's easier to market one guy on one team, and it's easier to say, well, it's even easier to say this. Well, KD left him, so now it's him against the world.
Well, we're talking about marketing, right, bro? Like the narratives are different. The season is
Okay.
one. Let me just state this. The super team is the Golden State Warriors, okay? But a couple of things that's gonna to your point about them kind of ramming Westbrook down our throats, and I'm not saying that as a negative, but to your point, Oklahoma City's in the Central Time Zone, so it's really easy to get Oklahoma City games on TV, right? You have a star, you have a very young, like I listened to that game, so you have a star, you have a very young nucleus, you have some good players on that team, and then and your star was basically, left by one of the greatest shooters, one of the greatest pure scorers in the league now. Okay, so it's easy to market him because he's in the Central Time Zone. You can throw a game. I honestly thought ESPN had those Friday night games. When I'm turning on ESPN, I'm seeing college games. I'm like, what's going on? It's really easy to put him in prime time because of the time zone. Now, they're also putting OKC in the late game. They're also putting Golden State in the late game. The problem with Golden State is the time zone, and if you're not right now, it's early in the season, and they're not doing matinee games yet, and they're not doing Saturday games yet, where you can put Golden State in the matinee game. You can put Golden State in the Sunday game or the Saturday night game. They're not really doing that yet. It's still early. So of course, so right now, the narrative you can easily sell the Golden State Warriors as now the new Death Star, but it's not going to work yet because they're too late in the day. See what I'm saying? So they want them. They're going to market Golden, and they're going to market Golden State differently because KD left, and KD left. They're coming off OKC rather. Golden State is coming off one of the worst, not choke jobs, but that was a historic team last year, and you couldn't finish the deal, right? But it's too early. They're playing the late games around the country, and no one, with the exception of guys like us and people, I'm not calling ourselves like insiders yet, but guys like us that like watch games and talk about them, and like diehard fans and people on the West Coast, no one's seen them yet. But it's real easy, like, bro, ESPN, to be quite honest, the NBA is marketing Golden State, is marketing really. They don't even market Cleveland now. You don't even, you see Cleveland, but it's kind of like, it's kind of like in the early games. I'm going to tell you what they're marketing now. Chicago. Cleveland sometimes but from what I've seen, I'm seeing Cleveland, but I'm really not. But it's like OKC, Chicago, Cleveland, and then the Lakers because pre-Kobe, and the Lakers are getting all the shine. Houston is about to get all the shine just because of time zone, and then Golden State. But Golden State will always the Golden State or the Lakers will always have the late game on network television. But a lot of people don't see them yet, so they probably won't get. So your narrative probably won't get rolling until mid season when NBC starts doing matinee games and they do Saturday games this year. So that's why you're seeing OKC try to force Russell down our throats, not because of some like secret plan, but because it's just easier.
Right.
So, so you got a chance to see. I don't know how to segue from that. Did you have any more points on the Russell Westbrook situation? Am I totally off base here?
Deal. Like this is how it's gonna shake out.
Mm-hmm.
Like in most stuff, it's a numbers game.
Mm-hmm.
1 against 12. On average, who's gonna win? 12. So that's where it is. That's where it was. And that's what happened with the Clippers. But the Clippers are nothing more at their core than complainers. And when it comes down to it, your offense changes in the playoffs.
Because it slows down.
Right.
And you need a scorer.
Right.
You need a closer, which votes well for teams like it actually votes well for OKC if they make it. Doesn't vote well.
Well, you gotta have more than one person.
He does, but
and wait a minute, stop. This is one point that I almost forgot.
Mm-hmm.
Russell Westbrook took an ill-advised shot to win the game, and he didn't even have to. If he had penetrated the lanes, odds are he would have got a foul. Then went to the line to tie the game up.
Mm-hmm.
He went for the glory.
Oh, the three.
Yeah. And that's the reason why KD left.
Yeah.
It's
he's Allen Iverson with hops. That's what he is.
Right. The good thing is, we still gonna see them together in the All-Star game because James Harden is ripping them a new one.
Dude, it's not fair. And right now, going back to what I was talking about as far as like what we're seeing now, because of the time zone, Houston's gonna get a lot of airtime because Harden is like quietly, I'm
putting up some
amazing
real
numbers,
some real fuck you numbers.
Exactly.
Because 30 points, 11 assists. That's a nice number.
Yes, it is.
Triple-double. He's had 2 triple-doubles this week.
Now, let me ask you a question that was brought up, I think, a week ago. They were actually mentioning LeBron because LeBron was going off on a tear also. But, again, the marquee games right now are not LeBron yet. Because the marquee games are the ones that I mentioned, and Houston is about to get to that level. Shortly, if they aren't already, but they mentioned like can LeBron average a triple double?
No, you want me to tell you why?
Because because of
He's not gonna get the third component, whatever the third component is, whether it be steals, whether it be rebounds. He's not gonna be able to get double figures of those in a consistent basis.
I agree, and
Now,
it'll probably be rebounds, but he'll have like 8 one game or like 6. The assists will happen because he's basically
right.
just letting. He's basically just running the offense, and he's
basically letting Kyrie Irving take over the scoring duties in the first 2 quarters.
Yeah, and then they really have a good balance as far as like whoever's the hot. No one's asking like, okay, what are we doing as far as like when it's time to close? When it's time to close, it's kind of like LeBron. It's kind of like whoever has the hot hand just closes down.
Right.
So, but I want to ask you a question because Jalen Rose, because they mentioned this on ESPN like a week or so ago. Jalen Rose said that basically said your point. He's not gonna be able to get all the components to average it throughout the season.
Right.
He suggested Gerald Green because Gerald Green is basically the point guard there at Golden State now. He's basically like, okay, I'm gonna handle the ball.
No, he suggested Draymond Green.
Draymond Green. I'm sorry. He suggested Draymond Green.
I was like, Gerald Green? He plays for Phoenix.
I know. Didn't he get traded to Boston now?
I don't know. Last I saw he was in Phoenix, but yeah, he probably is in Boston.
But anyway, can James Harden average a triple-double?
For
the season.
That's hard to do, bro, because the third component, the scoring and the assists is they pretty much go hand in hand. But the third component for anybody is kind of difficult.
Rebounds.
If this person wanted to actually focus on it, possible. You're not gonna believe it when I say it.
Who's that person?
If now with how Golden State is constituted, if Stephen Curry wanted to say, I want to go out and get triple doubles, he could probably do it.
Really?
Now let me explain how. His triple double would be scoring, assist, and steals.
So you mean to tell me Steph could actually average 10 steals in?
When their defense is kicking, and like I said, if they find a rim protector, a dude, see, Andrew Bogut protected the rim like his wife's vagina was inside the little circle of the rim.
Really?
Yeah, he did. He actually took it personal. And then when you factor in, Draymond is the front of the defense.
We so need to be on satellite radio. Do you understand what you just said?
Yeah, I know. We'll cover that later. Because it'll be more. Draymond was the front of the defense. And Bogut was the back.
Right.
That really made it difficult for you to run your offense, which gave them more possessions, which actually gave, all those crazy shots Steph Curry was taking last season?
Yeah, from half court.
In their offense, they have this thing called bonus possessions, where basically you can do whatever you want to do. If you get the ball back on the steal and we're up by so many points, this is a bonus possession. You can do whatever you want to do. If you want to pass the ball to the hot dog vendor, I'm cool with that.
Wow.
And so, with that being said, the importance of Golden State finding a rim protector, and if Stephen Curry actually said, "Hey, I want to go out and focus on this," he could probably come close. But it's so hard to do it on a consistent night basis. You know, we might need to have our analytics team go over what it would actually take to average a triple-double. Like, how many nights off could you have?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to do that for the next show.
That's, wow. Let's see. Hey, man, you had mentioned the rim protector for Golden State, but, because you got a chance to see the Golden State Dallas game, and was it the Dallas game where we talked about this one person?
No, it was the Nuggets.
It was the Nuggets. Okay.
Okay.
Go into.
Can I just take it from there?
Yeah, go ahead, man. The ball. Go on with the ball.
JaVale McGee. If we could get him to play the way he did against the Nuggets, the league is in trouble.
Okay, break it down, man, because I didn't see that game.
Because he's protecting the rim. He's actually a quicker jumper than Bogut. Although he doesn't have the awareness yet.
Yeah.
In the offense, like he doesn't know where the ball's going to go, you know, from how it's going to get to him for him to block.
Mm-hmm.
He's so much more athletic than Bogut.
Yeah.
If you can get him to focus on, you just don't let nobody know, you know, the rim is your girlfriend's or your wife's vagina.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody doing nothing with Golden State. And I'm going to say this, Cleveland has had a nice start, okay?
Yeah.
But because it takes so much pressure off the front of the defense to where, even
if they don't have to play small ball, because JaVale McGee is athletic enough to where that small ball stuff is neutralized, and they don't have and Cleveland doesn't have a big man.
And see, if you can put him in with their depth lineup, that's Draymond Green, Kevin Durant, Draymond Green, Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, and Steph Curry. And all he does is just, clean glass, make sure that nothing gets in.
Mm-hmm. And rebound.
The league is in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they have another center. I gotta go over their lineup again. I need to have.
I got my computer up, big homie. Don't worry about it.
Okay, who is their other big?
Hold on. So we have.
You have JaVale McGee.
Hold on. Let me hit back. We're doing okay. Golden State Warriors. Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, Andre, Damon Jones. Okay, we got JaVale McGee and Zaza Pachulia.
But
and we also have another center is Andres Anderson Varejao.
Now, this is where I'm gonna say this, and you're not gonna believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Those are goodwill signings because they really ain't gonna do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Zaza Pachulia is too short, and he really doesn't care about defense in the same way.
Mm-hmm.
And Varshel, he's just a fad. He's just a gimmick at this point.
And we also have Damian Jones. He's a center as well.
From where is he from?
Let me look. He's from Vanderbilt. He's a rookie.
Okay. Well, who knows? Maybe he'll come along.
He hasn't played yet. So your main centers are JaVale McGee and
JaVale McGee and Pachulia.
Yeah.
And and just playing in this defense, if they find a rim protector,
mm-hmm.
Kevin Durant can actually become a better defensive player, which will make them a better defensive team. But if JaVale McGee is on his business,
if all he has to do, because I mean you got guys at the end of the bench that can probably, you got David West, who's a 6'9" forward who can.
Oh yeah, wait. He's gonna play some center too.
That's what I was gonna say. Like
I'm totally zoned out, bruh.
Mm-hmm.
I totally zoned out on David West.
Yeah, like I didn't. I thought of him just because in a small ball lineup, he's basically, you ever heard the saying he's 6'9", but he plays like 7'2"?
Yeah.
That's David West.
So did David West. Now, with that being said, we still need somebody to step out to the top of the key and hit an outside shot that's a big.
Zaza Pachulia will be your best bet to do that.
For real?
Yeah. Of the people that we mentioned, Pachulia is that has that deep threat. JaVale can do it, just not like I don't want him to do that. I don't want him to be like, we're gonna shoot threes now. I'm like, because he's not. He's not the guy. He can do it. I've seen him do it, but it's not consistent enough to be like, well, okay, that's going to be a part of our offense. Pachulia, I've seen it long enough to be like, okay, if he's in there, that's an option to shoot a three.
Okay. Well, they still have to gel defensive. And see, when they went through that stretch of winning 73 games, they had the defensive side of it down to a science. To where you could take all those psycho shots. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what needs to happen. And that's what I'm predicting. That they'll get it together on the defensive end. You'll know who your rim protector will be on the night-to-night basis. And you'll start going from there. But, and everybody's on Cleveland right now. Oh, Cleveland's doing great.
They're really, from a market, they're kind of, all right, Cleveland's fine, but
let's understand this. Cleveland wouldn't have won if Bogut hadn't got hurt.
Bro, I'm gonna clarify what we're saying about Cleveland. As I'm looking at Cleveland's roster right now, they don't have any 7-footers. The tallest person on their team is Channing Frye.
Okay.
Which is a problem.
So, in the end,
their best center, I'm going to tell you who their best center is. Their best center is Birdman. Chris Anderson.
He's with Cleveland now?
Yeah. I think he was with Cleveland last year, I believe.
No, he was with Miami.
Okay. Yeah, he's with Cleveland now. Yeah, that's not gonna.
And
And they got K Fielder. They got K Fielder like listed at 5'9" when he's really 5'7". Well, go ahead.
And to be honest, that's how I see it. And there are some bright spots in the West, but it's no guarantees that Cleveland is gonna make it out of the East. But I'm pretty much saying Golden State's gonna make it out of the
per week 3 right now. Cleveland, it goes in the East. Cleveland, Atlanta, Raptors, Hornets. That's a surprise. Bulls number 5, Bucks 6, Boston 7, Pistons 8.
Man, and I'm gonna say this, and you might not believe it.
Mm-hmm.
If the Bucks can get it together, LeBron and the Clevelanders are going.
They're just long. They're just so long.
Right.
They just defend so
and
well.
Next week I'll be premiering my all 7-footer team.
Good man. Good job.
I'll be premiering that. I gotta do some more research.
And I still have hope for and like I figured.
And the all 7-footer team might be some guys that are listed at 6'9", listed at 6'10", but they're confirmed 7-footers.
For example, Kevin Durant. And let's look at the Western Conference. We, as of week 3, as the time that we're doing this, Sunday morning, the Clippers, number 1 in the West, the Warriors, number 2, the Spurs, number 3, the Thunder, number 4, Jazz, number 5, Lakers, number 6, Trailblazers, number 7, Rockets, number 8.
And to be honest,
and I'm not surprised by the Lakers.
Everybody says that the Spurs are gonna have something for Golden State. Let me explain what's gonna happen.
Go.
With Golden State and the Spurs. What's the guy that he makes so much money and his hairstyle stays the same for the Spurs? Long hands.
What position? Because I'm drawing a blank right now.
You know the young dude on the Spurs.
Oh, Leonard.
Yeah. Leonard, what's his first name?
Kawhi Leonard.
Okay. Kawhi Leonard is going to be a wash. But
what?
No, in the series.
Okay. I was about to say, what are you doing?
No, Kawhi Leonard is going to be a wash in the series. Like, this is going to be somebody to cancel him out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say by this time, Draymond and Klay together will cancel him out. Then you have to factor in it's going to be Stephen Curry and Kevin Durant. Now, Kevin Durant in this series specifically, I would use him as my closer.
Yes. We're talking way too early for playoffs, but
you know, hey, isn't it always playoffs?
Isn't it? Yes, it is. That's why I'm like,
isn't it always playoffs? So Kevin Durant is basically going to do what he normally does at OKC, but he's going to do it for Golden State, and he's going to annihilate the Spurs himself. And usually what happens is they get tired in the third and fourth quarter and just cannot outscore Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
So that's the end of all that conversation. Now, the Clippers are going to implode when the calls don't go their way.
They're fun to look at.
You know,
bro, they're fun, bro.
Their greatest asset is their worst enemy. Chris Paul he's not soft.
Go.
But he's got a moist marshmallowy scent.
What are you doing? Moist.
Hey, man. You wanted to record today. I'm just keeping it real.
No, go, bro.
He's got a moist. I'm not gonna say he's soft because his shell's very hard, and I'm a fan of his story generally.
But he got a gooey center.
He's not. It doesn't have a gooey center. It's marshmallow. I don't know what it's comprised of. But I mean, and to be honest, I just really wish Jamal Crawford could get to another team because
no, he loves it there. He's not moving.
Yeah, that's what he said on several media outlets that I saw.
The only other place that I can actually see him going back to because he loves the city is Chicago. But I don't see the Bulls making that smart decision.
Well, he said his wife is the primary decision maker on where he plays.
Right. So he's not leaving.
Happy wife, happy life.
Now, I can see him leaving the Clippers if this is a big if. Because I'm looking at the standings right now, and the Lakers are currently, if the playoffs begin today, and I know it's 10 games in the season.
Hey, and let me tell you something else. The Lakers, they're playing out of their mind.
Are going to be fine. The Lakers are going to be fine.
I think somewhere, Kobe's smiling.
Yes, of course. The young Bucks are doing it. Of course.
He got what he wanted, and he got what he wanted.
Right. If the Lakers make the playoffs, and this is a big if, because I'm looking at some of the teams at the bottom of the league. The Pelicans, I think Anthony Davis got hurt again. So, all right,
really?
Yeah, he got hurt again. I don't know if he's out, but they were on the TV yesterday and he got hurt again. The Timberwolves, I don't know what's going on. They were my pick to,
And you know what they need? They need guard play, man.
The Timberwolves?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Rubio's back now. The Mavericks.
He's not 100%. He just came back.
I know. The Mavericks, the Suns, the Nuggets, the Kings. Saw them play. Okay, might be in the playoffs. The Grizzlies, it's early. Like I think the Grizzlies with their Grizzle veterans, they'll figure something out. It's early. If the Lakers make the playoffs on that 8th seed, and they need a stabilizing force, or they know that this is an opportunity for them to
You think Short Bus is gonna go get him?
Who?
You think? No. Okay, let me ask you this. You think Doc Rivers would let him go? No.
What does Doc want? See, here's the thing with Doc Rivers. What do you want to do? Because the team is not. You're not going to win a championship with them. And I don't want to go into a Clipper rant here, but they're not going to win a championship. They're not. I do not trust the Clippers. I've never trusted the Clippers ever, and they're just. I don't dislike Chris Paul. I don't dislike, but they just don't win the best play. His kid is inconsistent. You keep trying to force his kid. The only reason, bro, take this. No, real talk, bro. Wait,
ladies and gentlemen, my brother Christian hates nepotism. He's like one of those ultra conservative dudes.
Nah, it's not, bro. It's not nepotism. Austin Rivers sucks.
Okay,
outside of the Clippers.
Let me tell you like this: is nepotism.
I know. Outside of the Clippers, he would be in the D League. Outside of the Clippers, he's inconsistent. He really doesn't have a position.
I think it's a ill-fated attempt to try to get to know your son 10 years too late.
Okay, but it just you're the only reason he's in the league is because and he'll retire a Clipper. As long as Doc Rivers is there, Austin Rivers will retire a Clipper unless he just wants to go somewhere else. Because the Clippers are just good enough to be like, this is going to be our year. Okay. And then when Chris Paul leaves, Austin Rivers is going to get the keys to and we're going to see how that goes. Like, what do you want to do, Doc Rivers? Do you want to try to win? Do you want to try to, do you want to get some youth? Because right now, you got a rim protector who all he can really do is dunk, which is fine. You got another person in Blake Griffin who it's your cornerstone of your franchise, but really you got Chris Paul. I mean, Chris can do what he does. It's fine. You got a bunch of guys that play well together, but you're not gonna win. Golden State is gonna knock you out. Golden State or the Spurs are gonna knock you out of the playoffs in the second round. That's what's gonna happen. So you have to make a decision. I know everybody's cool because they got a new owner and everybody's happy and the Lakers are fun. The Clippers are fun, but what do you want to do? You talk about trying to win rings for the other Los Angeles team, but your team is not constructed to do so. You can't beat the Warriors. The Warriors, even though they're second in the conference, the Warriors and the Spurs are the class of that conference. You can't beat them in a 7-game series. You can't. So if the Lakers come calling and they offer to get, because they got a lot of young talent. If the Lakers are somewhat in the playoffs and the Lakers come calling,
so you gonna trade one of them 7-foot Drakes for Jamal Crawford?
Mm-hmm. Or if the Lakers go,
I wouldn't do it. You got a young core. Man.
I wouldn't do it either. But I wouldn't do it either. But if they're in the playoffs and the Lakers brass is like, man, we need a veteran, because right now they don't really have any. They have, they're like, they got some savvy veterans. Yeah, Lou Williams is a veteran to them. But I mean, if you think you're on your way to the playoffs and it's the trading deadline, and you want to seriously try to develop this team and into like a playoff contender, I would pick up the phone if I'm the Lakers. If you're in the playoff hunt.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Now, this is just hypothetical because we're talking about Jamal Crawford's. You had mentioned Jamal Crawford going to another team. I
just wish he would go to Golden State, man. And man, once you start this super team stuff, I said, just think, on one wing you got Kevin Durant, and on the other wing you got Jamal Crawford.
Hey man, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
About Golden State, and I don't want to, break up the basketball porn that you were espousing there. Do you think Klay Thompson should be better coming off the bench?
No, I think what it is it's gonna be a period where they have to adjust.
Mm.
And really the biggest thing is, and this is where coaching comes into it, dude has to figure out his rotation.
Yeah.
He has to figure out who he's going to have on the floor with who. And if he figures it out right, they should never have scoring droughts.
Right.
But you also have to think about the defensive end too. So, it's a lot to consider, but it can be worked out.
I have a thought about the Thunder.
Yeah.
About Allen Iverson with Hops and the Thunderettes.
Yeah.
If that's gonna be the running joke throughout the season, because
Yeah.
I love Russell, but he's just gonna
Man,
be
you know why KD left now.
right. He's just they got a really good, and I'm not surprised that they're currently fourth.
And then I want to ask you a favor.
Uh-huh.
Could I have the last 3 minutes just to speak my mind on a issue?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just have a thought after seeing the Thunder. Arbin, what's Arbinis Sabonis' son's name? What's his first name?
I heard something with a lot of consonants in it. Let's just call it Sabonis.
Wait. I'm being silly. I got my computer up. Let me see if I can pronounce his first name.
You can't. Just call him Sabonis' kid.
Domantas. Okay, so he's just gonna be called Domantas.
Okay.
All right.
Or Sabonis' kid.
Sabonis' kid. All right. He's really good.
Yeah, he's gonna be now. I'd like to see where he goes.
As far as a career.
I mean, I don't think he's gonna stay in Oklahoma City.
Oh, he's gonna be on the West Coast soon.
Yeah.
I would like that not to happen, but I would because I like OKC. I just don't think he's. I think the Lakers will be calling in a couple of years.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
But he's the truth.
Or he's gonna end up playing with the with Portland.
He's the truth.
He's a West Coast kid. He's gonna be on the West Coast.
Yeah.
But he's really good. And
yeah.
If they got a young, they're fourth right now, and I know it's real early, and we're talking about 10 games in, but when we do a weekly show, that's what it is.
Yeah,
they really
we appreciate you riding with our prognostications,
right?
That are sure to go wrong,
to go horrible, right? But we're two basketball fans with a YouTube channel, with YouTube channels, so there it is. They're really good. I mean, they're really young and they're really good, and they got talent. And it's just, and I'm like, and they'll be okay. They're probably gonna drop off a little bit, but as the season progresses, but it's like I watch Sabonis' kid, and I'm like, he's really good, and he's 6'11". They run. Cantor is there. I mean, they got all these like long 7-footers and 6'8" people, and like Steven Adams doesn't have to score to be effective, and
right.
They can he's in a perfect situation where he's in a rotation, and they're okay. They're gonna be fine. As long as Russ tries to go for 40, but realizes that you got 5 other people on your team, like you might want to, because he kind of does what Rondo does. He does the ill-advised like stat assist. It's right. Like, bro, what are you doing? Like he'll get 10 assists a game, but the assist is kind of like randomness.
The afterthought assist.
Right, you know what I mean? So,
I can't get a clear shot, so I might as well pass it to you.
And you better
if you don't make this shot, I'm gonna mean mug your ass on the bench.
And as much as I love Rondo for the Bulls, that's what Rondo does. Rondo does the same thing. Like, I can't shoot worth
I'm going to pass it to you twice a game. If you miss that first pass, that's on me. If you miss the second shot, I'm never giving you the ball again.
Right. And fortunately for Rondo in the Bulls system, you have like it seemed like with that Miami game, Rondo was kind of like an afterthought. They kind of let like Wade and Butler was kind of like an afterthought until it became apparent that Wade wasn't going to be able to close, and they needed a closer, which is what I said. During, I think, the first game. This isn't Wade's team. It's Butler's team. And when it was
Right,
time to
right,
close, guess who had the ball? Butler had the ball.
right.
So you can.
And it's the same deal with Russell Westbrook.
Mm-hmm.
They glory boys instead of thinking about, well, man, why don't we just have somebody that's groomed for this role and have them come and kill? We all win.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, man. Can I get to that?
Yeah. Put your 3 minutes to.
Okay, America, I'm talking to you, and I see you over there hiding. You know what you did Tuesday. You know what you did. Now you can't complain because everything is about to be fucked up. You did what you did. Now I'm not saying you should have picked somebody else, but all I'm saying is you can't readily sit back and complain when you let bullshit go down. And that's the reason why we in this situation. Because we've been letting bullshit go down too long. I want you to get your shit together, America. The real issue is race. It's not who the president is. It's the fact of the matter that even white people you know or black people you know and they have white friends or white associates will not talk and be honest about what's going on. And for all those people that said we're angry, we're upset, so we're going to make a change, you've had 8 years of uncomfortable situations. Minorities have had close to 500 years of uncomfortable situations in America. And oh yeah, I know some people gonna hear this podcast and gonna wanna come fuck with me. I would enjoy it. Let's dance. I'm out.
On that note, pushing Wild Black out. Doses, people.
Yeah. This has been the Push 101. We out.